Jesus Christ. I didn't realize I was muted the entire time. Honestly, that was my mistake. Thank you so much for that. I've been talking to myself this entire time, and it's just, oh man, I don't know why recording, like, when I sometimes screen grab these, it works, and then sometimes it doesn't. If this doesn't work properly, I might just screen grab the developer's Twitch. It's about the same. Clean feed hasn't come through. Oh, actually, clean feed has come through, so yeah, I'm just gonna let the clean feed be our thing. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't work, but nevertheless, we do have 0 map bans. We pick Heilong Fjord for SSR, and BOD picks Lin Wu Fortress. Again, Lin Wu Fortress is an interesting pick, mainly because it's a small map, a 10v10 map. So I'm actually quite interested in why BOD, especially since last night, we saw BOD also do Lin Wu Fortress for a small map. So a lot of application errors here. Might have a redo. For me, I feel like it was just a lot of errors here. It's still ongoing though. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up with today. Today is very buggy. Hopefully they can sort it out as we go on. Ah, nothing's going right today. Well, let's just hope we do get a battle in the end. As much as the whole setup thing can be a pain in the ass, there's been times where I've been sitting here for an entire hour only to be told at the last minute that there's no battle happening. And I get really upset about that. Sometimes I don't want to be here and just be told that there's no battle happening. Yeah. So hopefully this gets sorted out ever so slowly, ever so fast. I think it's just a bad application. Sometimes it works, sometimes it fails. We might be having a new one. Hey, so we do get a new one. So that's good to see. A redo. So there was a lot of errors. We got a redo right now. SSR versus BOD. We have the first pick ban now. Right now, we're gonna get the bans for the maps. SSR seems to have won the toss. They're gonna ban first. BOD bans second, and then they get to pick their maps. They're taking a long time to ban. Whoa! There's the ban. Okay. I can see where something went wrong. Obviously, SSR didn't want to pick Heilong Fjord. They ended up banning it, and BOD ended up banning Lindby Fortress when they accidentally picked it. So a double Harbor City pick. So not surprised, not surprised, not surprised. Popular maps are the Heilong Fjord and the how to say Harbor City map. Harbor City is very classic. We'll see this a lot. Heyo! Woo wee! No idea. But Abadil ban. That's very surprising. Zekili Militia ban. Metalator ban. Half half. Demachian Stalwart ban. Whoa wee. I love the fact that we have a safe pick on the Sapinarios, but is that really a unit you want as a safe pick? Like, trust me, as specialty units go, you'll only have one or two of these ones, but to really use your safe pick on it, your strategy has to rely heavily on using these Sapinarios. We'll have to wait and see. BID. I think BOD beat SSR in the qualifying phase, did they not? Oh, wait. Is this the third time SSR and BOD are fighting each other? Oh my god, this is the third time. This is the third time they're fighting each other. Oh man. Safe pick on Forte and a ban on the Matalatori. So, both the Matalatori and the Matalator being banned on a Harbor City map, that's actually quite interesting. Um, mainly because, like, will the defenders prioritize taking down the towers? Because they're slightly easier to take out, but you don't have Matalators to supplement your artilleries. So, gonna have to be very efficient with the artillery you got. Not very many units that can really take down a tower for you. I mean, like, you could do it with javelins, but javelins take a little bit too long. SSR, I would love it if they do a comeback. It does look like BOD didn't ban a third unit, so we only have a 5-ban game. Nonetheless, I mean, the units that were picked, quite interesting. I love the Stalwart ban, although Stalwarts have not really been really a staple for a lot of teams. The ban on them is always quite interesting. They're one of the stronger units, definitely one of the stronger units that I would expect to be used quite a bit, but not as much as you would expect. Um, so banning out the Halberdiers, banning out the Forte. So you got the Halberdier Sergeants really kind of filling in that gap. Probably going to see a little bit more medals. You really want some powerful polearm unit. With Winged Sarge still on the table, Halberdier Sergeants still pretty effective. But once hit with that charge, Halberdier is going to have just really struggled to survive. I am wondering what both teams are thinking. I do believe SSR is probably trying to want to avoid the whole mass halberdier thing. Mass halberdier seems to be working out for quite a few teams. And I'll be honest, I have not really seen tier 5s really work out for anyone. It's really been coming down to a lot of tier 4s fighting each other. What do you guys think? What do you guys think is this strategy? I think BOD does love their cavalry, but the safe pick on the Port Braccio does tell me that they're probably expecting SSR to use cavalry. With the pick on the Siphonarios, I think SSR is actually looking to go in infantry heavy. But with the mainstay of the stalwarts being taken out, I don't think they're going to have an easy time to hold a position. Surprisingly enough, I don't see very many. Um, I don't see very many shield maidens come along. I mean, like honestly, I would expect a lot of shield maidens. I mean, like I to me, shield maidens in their current condition are really strong and stacking up together because you can mass them. They can be extraordinarily effective in tight spaces. But on mass, you can easily counter the shield maidens. It's not difficult. Whether or not you have the tools to do it is another question. Just go 10 shield maidens, 540, easy win. Yeah, I know, right? Listening to Rice and Dex talk on the main channel, talking about morale here. SSR has always had a good showing against BOD, but they're failing on the field battle. Twice on the field battle. Oh, I can't remember actually. The second time, did BOD actually against SSR versus BOD? Did they go down to another field battle, or did BOD take that 2-0? I'm gonna check that out. Mm. So SSR's got a little bit of a task ahead of them. They really need to close out in the siege battles. I think a field battle is their weakness. Hmm. Ruffles, surprising, isn't it? SSR and BOD seem to fight each other a lot. Third time to charm. I'm eating around my food, unfortunately. I'm surprised the battle hasn't started yet. What are they waiting for? Are they waiting for more people? Imagine if the battle started and we're all just looking at this. Oh, maybe spoke too soon. What time is it for you guys in the EU? It should be like the morning for you guys, right? Because Dex and Rice is talking about how SSR SSR being from the EU, the time zone difference for you guys 2 p.m. for me, but I am Eastie, so could be as early as what 10 o'clock. Could be as early as 10 o'clock, latest to 2 p.m. That's pretty. That's still. That's like midday. What did you guys have jobs? All of these guys coming down. I mean, like the guys on the decks and rights are talking about how it's actually pretty impressive for the SSR guys to come down here in this tournament. Come and play because I'm pretty sure every single one of them probably have jobs, probably has somewhere to be, but to take the time to fight here in this tournament, very impressive. Fuck work. Tournament is more important. Yeah, most of us we have vacation still. Oh man. Hopefully. I can't imagine someone sacrificing their job just to come play in a tournament for $500. Ah, I'll be back in 2 seconds. crypto market. Crypto is a scam. Don't buy into it. Oh man, first battle between BOD and SSR. And I mean, like, I mean, don't take financial advice from me, but in my opinion, I think crypto is basically a scam. You're basically buying into a virtual currency that has essentially no backing. So, looking at the turn of events, SSR going out with so much heavy armor leads me to believe that they're going to try to aim to survive. There's a lot of cavalry as well. This is surprising. This could be a sign of a sally out. Jav you would be surprised. Javelin cavalry are very powerful for a tier 3 unit. Divide and conquer, I would say. So they're definitely going to have that A unit. We're going to have. I'm surprising that they deployed flamers straight away. So they have a couple guys on top of the wall here. BOD sees the pick, immediately switches over to all their anti, but they're probably not prepared for what's gonna happen in a second, because watch this javelin throws. These javelin throws are gonna be super devastating. They didn't throw, surprisingly. They're not throwing for that pile. Or wing to start charge wipes it out completely. So SSR off to a really bad start. Could be using the ballistas to actually pick up massive kills here. So using the siege weapons up on top is really good. And this contingent of outriders very badly. It's a bad sacrifice. Um, Catching a Iron Reaper, not bad. So losing the three outriders in this scenario, not a good start, I would say. It's a good time waster. Good point. Because BOD is put on the defensive, they really don't have the ability to set up. So they're just gonna have to pressure. They're gonna have to just pressure SSR in a way that it just makes it difficult for them. And the speed of the cavalry, so good in this case. They could take a really hard fight here, but the problem is that they have lots of medals. They have their own winged assassins ready to rumble. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult, I would say. I would definitely get those, whatever remains of those cavalry, the outriders, thrown into this pile right now. Every second counts. Throw, throw, throw. Come on. Can we get no throws? Again, like the fact that there's no throws. This pile here, like SSR letting these guys high and dry right now. They might have a flamers, but they're not going to last for very long. Really need to pressure the guys on the ground. It's really good that BOD not pushing straight into the flamers means that they don't know how to deal with it currently. Losing the shield unit, charges right in with their Dagger Lancers, probably into the backside of the halberdiers. This pile's got smaller. It's getting smaller, and we're going to see they're going to be pushed out here, and that is terrifying. BOD is going to lose everything here. This is a massive pickup, and probably one of the scariest pickups I've seen. But a winged assault charge might change everything. Barely anything could stop that, and surprisingly, only takes out, I would say, the cataphracts that were in front, and maybe probably slammed right into the halberdiers that was inside. I'm surprised that BOD wants to take this fight still. And whoa, Mask! Why'd you send your why'd you go melee with your flamers there? Very powerful unit, just sacrificed in that scenario. Um, or maybe they just retreated in a bad way. That's always another way. It's always another problem. So just a longbow up here, you could stop it, whether or not. Wing! Whoa! Medals were not raised. Takes a winged hussar. Oh my goodness. So they do get. They actually do just get pushed all the way out. Sacrifices a bit. So the start didn't actually. The sally out at the start didn't turn out as. Didn't actually cause much damage, but BOD here's indecisiveness or inability to get up that stairs. Again, pushing into flame is very difficult. But getting off the ground would have been so much better than staying at the bottom of that stairs. And BOD needs to act faster in that scenario. 8 minutes, no towers, no problem. The time I would say that you are desperate is 6 minutes. At 6 minutes, if you have no chance of getting a tower up, you're in for a world of hurt because uh they used a couple of mortars inside, so there's a bit of a difference there. Like when you're using the mortars inside, they still have a couple of artillery. Oh wait, no, they still have all of the wall artillery. I just realized none of the wall artillery has been destroyed, and SSR has access to so much wall artillery right now, probably sniping out a lot of the silly units that are walking around, and we're not even sure if they even have surf units to push those towers still. So could be a good sacrifice. BOD wants to try to push in through the small gate. I can't really see what you can achieve with the small gate push right now, unless you're going for a intercept on that supply point. 9 artillery left for SSR could end it here on the wall with making sure that they do not get a tower. And as you can see, Shield Maidens cleaned that up real easy. 100 humans, no problem. Smack, 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 smack. Or I believe that was 100 human. BOD going for front gate. It's a good move. It's not a bad one because the whole point here is that once they're inside, they don't need to care about the towers. Get inside, get that supply point, take the ground. Here, it's actually really bad for SSR to fight unless they have more support. They need more support. BOD is about to come for the supply point here. Dagger Lancer is in United Charge and causes massive damage to that other Dagger Lancer. Going to come up with Claymores as well. Big fight here on the ground. I do think it's leaning towards BOD. BOD is getting onto the supply point. SSR is going to have a really hard time to push them out. Did I say a really hard time? Apparently it looked super easy since we come back to the front gate push and they're clobbering the BOD. We got some Medals coming through, but instantly pushed off by some Fortibrushers. The Iron Reapers clears off that Fortibrusher in F1 formation. And right now we have a weird front gate push against, well, we have the Rectiati faces the Claymores. Not going to be very effective trade there. Although Retiari are really good, they're more or less specialized at burst damage. I have no idea. Maybe I should ask them um, whether or not they would want a official caster, or I could work with CB. I mean, I wouldn't mind becoming the official caster. I would cast every single game as much as I could. And I would love it as a job because watching these battles are amazing right now. The surprising thing here is that Siege Tower is still not up on the wall. We have equal exchanges in heroes. In fact, I think this is SSR's strongest performance against heroes, and BOD's getting super desperate. They are throwing heroes up onto that wall, throwing units up onto that wall, and it's going to be scary. It's going to be really scary for BOD if they cannot take this attack. Because historically, both SSR and BOD have basically always won their attack. And if they don't get this attack, that sets a very bad precedent because BOD has to try even harder on the defending end. Nevertheless, hero after hero climbing this wall, dying. Border ratios are really good as they keep a nice spacing, and area denial is insane. So another hero dies, bites the dust. But surprisingly enough, BOD is killing some enemy heroes. So SSR have done a wonderful performance for their heroes, but it's when it's this chaos fight where they cannot get their units together where it becomes a little bit messy. As you can see, a little funky, stuttering, but nevertheless, still the unit still is a massive advantage, and BOD clocks out even more heroes. I'm pretty sure we're going to see some permadeath. I think one of the strongest. I think this is probably. Um, I want to say that it's been the most interesting reaction to what's happened. That sally out, very how to say, the sally out didn't end badly. It's one of the better sally outs, in fact. And even now, the horses disrupting those ladders. The only problem I would say here is the massive swings that SSR are doing. They have so many people go to one section, then so many people go to the other section. So they're completely stable here on top of the wall. Um, maybe. It's always been kind of a, I would say, gamble with a sally out, mainly because I think BOD switching to a lot of Pike, we're expecting SSR to attack them. When SSR didn't attack them and just kind of kited them around, they knew that they had to act. I think it was a bit silly going through that small gate. Probably more mistakes from BOD. It's just a very interesting reaction. How BOD played this was very, how to say, yep, I do agree that SSR capitalized very well on the silly move that BOD took after their sally out. I think I think here it's just a case. Imagine going into fire with priority. True. Supply should have been the target. Supply should have been the target. They would have had massive. They would have massive benefit from getting that supply because they had polearm infantry, while most of them had cavalry. If they just, the one thing here is that if they recognized where the flamers was more quickly and actually moved off of it and go for something else, the hardest decision here was BOD's indecisiveness of recognizing that they got stonewalled at that stairs. So I'm gonna say it's going to be very difficult for BOD to hold their defense. And yes, Mask did very well. Um, I think Mask has done worse. Also, I thought Mask was a Jewel Blade player. Maybe they're changing it up. Yeah, I guess. This is what I want to say, and I don't want to discredit BOD, but SSR has a much better performance in terms of units, and most of the situations and strategies ends up with SSR actually winning on the unit section. BOD probably capitalizing on their hero killing potential a bit too much, and that's a case with every siege battle. When it hits the field battle, it's just a different beast entirely, where hero killing becomes way more important than winning the unit battle. SSR's unit compositions are immaculate, I would say. I love I love the composition of the Medals, Shield Maidens, and the Flamers. Those three units in combination all achieve something. Shield Maidens are the wall, the shields. So they're going to cut down anything that tries to get into the Medal. But remember, because brace type units are counter offensive, they deal more damage when shit is trying to get into them. And that is amazing because once something hits the Medals, you're going to get hit by the Shield Maidens and they're going to take the front. And the Medals are going to follow up with even more damage at range. Maybe. I think BOD's tactical decisions have never really been spectacular. I think brute forcing a lot of the fights and relying on their hero killing potential has come back to bite them. I believe that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer stolen from Darkest Dungeons. There, well, I stole. I'm pretty sure from Darkest Dungeons. Well, we'll have to see if they change their strategy. BOD is not out just yet. If it does come down to a field battle, I'm going to have to speculate that SSR will be kicked out. I. It's not that I don't think SSR is a good team. It's just maybe they have too many things holding them back. And when I say holding them back, it's I don't want I don't want to lean in too heavily onto that. The ping is what's causing them to have a lower performance, but they still have a really good showing. The ping in this game is actually not as bad as other games I've played. Like I like I play this game on 300 milliseconds. It's actually not that bad. There are some times where I directly credit to my annoying or my how to say the gameplay or the troubles I have with my gameplay to lag. But sometimes lag has saved me. I've been in positions where I benefited from lag. I've actually, but more than likely, lag has gotten me killed more often than not. Ask Pike Hero about lag. Nah, 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 man. Chain.amp. and oh, well, any hero with lag. But in particular, if you only have one recovery skill, and I play Chain Dart and Scimitar, and I'm feeling this the most, but when I use my June Blast ability, sometimes I go nowhere, sometimes I get dazed out of it, and sometimes I get hit even though I'm halfway across the map. So there's been occasions where it eats up my skill, and I get rubber banded back to where I was, and it's the worst. It's the worst. So lag, I can deal with some of it, but not that much. When every ability just has to count. And I say every ability, it's actually just a recovery ability. It just gets that much more difficult. And I still think that Chain Dart and Scimitar is still extraordinarily fun class. It's just that my ping does not allow me to play it. I mean, even with my ping, I've outplayed Pikes, I've outplayed Mauls. Very difficult to outplay a short sword. You don't outplay a short sword, you just wear him down. Oh, yeah. I get hit with something. I use June Blast. I get a little bit of health back, but then all of my health disappears because I just get hit with everything anyway. Because th- one of the funny things about June Blast, the recovery skill for the scimitar, for the chain dart and scimitar, is that when on activation, that shit does really weird rubber banding to everyone involved. And I mean really weird rubber banding to everyone involved. Because you can hit him, and he hasn't thrown down his June Blast yet, but you can hit him, he'll be locking an animation, but his June Blast will trigger, and and he becomes invulnerable, and then he gets escape. Like it's so crazy. Like it's so crazy. Like your skill hit, but his skill was activated, so he becomes immune after you hit him. So he took damage, but not really. Very funny. Oh my goodness. The reduce the shield throw by 3 seconds and increase the range by 50%. That was hilarious. I don't know whose idea it was to do that for shield. I literally spent one entire I spent like one entire day playing strength Captain America. And all I would do is run around and just throw my shield at people and run away every time they try to get me. And I would Ironside out because like once I'm Ironsided, no one bothers to kill me. Oh man, no one can run away from you and no one can catch you. Everyone, I mean, I would like the funniest thing is like they're traveling on a horse. I hit their horse. I'm running faster. I'm running faster than their horse because their horse is also slowed, and it's hilarious. Oh man. So still got a good winged star picked. I do think that these there is a little bit of lack of shield frontal shield units or shield that will hold. So surprised that there's not more shield maidens. Something that will be a flexible pick. But the Mammalians, not surprised. The Imperial Spear Guard, a little bit surprised. I think Imperial Spear Guards don't really accomplish what they need to do. They're not exactly tanky enough to survive basically everything. And there's a lot of scenarios where it's just not beneficial to bring them out on the field because they're really slow. They're really slow. I mean, Mammalians are just as slow, but at least Mammalians have their charge. ISG probably one of the tankiest unit once they get their passive going. But for longsword Giga Chads, I'm gonna be real with you. I faced one of the most scariest longswords recently, and it was because he used paladin. He would like I would CC him. He would paladin me, followed by the shield bash, and then he sally forth me. I was dead. I was dead, man. He did, and even if I knew that combo was coming, every time, every time. I would just die. I would just die. He would hit me with the shield bash into a Sally Forth, and it was a it was like it was basically out. Basically, I couldn't do anything. Although I do have to say, I really hate the fact that they did get rid of the CC on the first hit of Sally Forth. It's kind of one of the reasons why Sally Forth. I mean, I think Sally Forth needed that. I don't care about the unblockable section. It doesn't need to be unblockable. If you want an unblockable ability, just go with Clash of Shield. So we got the right hand siege tower gets taken out, left hand siege tower about to get taken out, middle siege tower surprisingly going to stay up, and it's actually not a bad idea. Middle siege tower staying up has always. Oh wait, no, it's a sliver of health. I'm looking at the battering ram, so they do take out the middle siege tower, the left hand siege tower, not getting destroyed. Finally destroys your own siege tower. Very smart move from um, very smart move from SSR. You never want to be in that scenario where you're pushing a siege tower, it's at a sliver of health, the enemy's just waiting for you to push it a little bit further, and boom, it gets destroyed. But it's just a little bit away from the wall. It's very disheartening. May as well just destroy it yourself. You got a lot of artillery. Easy. This is also a good point. No mortars down from SSR means that they're not trying to suppress this. They're not trying to use their artillery to suppress the wall. There's still a couple of. There's, is there still a couple of normals? I mean, like naturals up on the wall because otherwise they're just basically culverins, and they're trying to shoot the culverins in very difficult spots with cannons, and the high end accuracy makes that a very difficult shot. It's not an easy shot to hit the center of the wall with a cannon. It has been the case. Musket has destroyed more or less a lot of artillery. Hmm. There is no. There do have to remember there is no supply point capturable on the left hand side for the defenders in this scenario because that is closed right now. Actually, probably got a couple of kills. Not enough. You would need to take out half the winged assad with that wolf unit in order to actually get any payoff. I'm not particularly sure what SSR looks to want to do. Middle Siege Tower actually makes it up. You are right. They're normally around the capital city of each region. Very difficult to find them out elsewhere. Ooh, that Treb. Although it's only a couple of hits, that's really good if you pick that up. It's going to be an interesting fight. BOD is continuing to mass more and more troops on the ground right now. If they can get priority on the tower, these guys inside just need to retreat. Are they looking to go for a play through the front gate? Because that seems really stupid to me. Why not go for the tower? The tower priority would be massive. They're looking for a fight. Just go up the tower. There is no one on the wall anymore. They're losing more and more units. They need to just get out. Don't take the fight. Don't take the fight. Damn it. Okay, so SSR does take the fight. The cavalry goes in and engage. Halberdiers on the left-hand side just gets wrecked through. But we have half the forces coming through the front gate. Could be a squish. We'll have to see whether or not it works out. Big wing to charge gets stopped by the halberdiers. Second wing to charge gets halfway through as well. But again, gets stopped. Right now, they're getting cleaved in half. So, surprisingly, the infantry battle swings into BOD's favor. We are losing. We just lost another BOD member. Another one just clocks out. But they killed one from. Oh man, the number the deaths coming in from both sides. SSR just might have hero priority right now, but they're losing units. They're losing units like crazy. This is not good. Out of everything I've seen from SSR, losing units like this, bad mistake. Big mistake. So BOD setup there surprisingly worked out. I mean, the crux of it is that they didn't get swallowed up when when that when that flank got crushed in. A lot of it was wasted on an open Fort Russia. So they didn't actually kill very many units with the units that they did. Surprisingly, the winged SARs didn't have a big of impact as I thought they would. Two charges straight into the side of a halberdier, and surprisingly, they kind of got half stop. Not sure exactly what happened there, but that's a really big loss for SSR, and I'm not even sure if they can come back unit wise from that anymore because BOD has never really ever been in a scenario where they have unit priority. Unit advantage for BOD is more valuable than anything right now. And the scariest part here is 8 minutes to go for the base, and BOD is looking for that fight. SSR needs to really step up and win the next two fights, because if they don't win the next fight outright in the unit battle, they're going down to a field battle. They're going down to a field battle. No way. Are you kidding? So one of SSR's members is permadeath right now. Oh my god. He was the guy with the winged hussars. I thought he was saving his winged hussars from the wolves. I can't believe he got killed. They might go for a left-hand side push here, but once they're on the ground, this is the thing. They just need to get onto the ground. 6 minutes to go. A hard fight here could be coming in for SSR. Honestly, if they're looking for a fight, I would take center. Going for this left-hand side has historically worked out for a lot of teams, but you need to work fast, get this corner, and get that second intersection, and you will do amazing. And SSR might do a switcheroo. Um, SSR really needs to be careful. flanks secured by the Fortebraccio, but that Fortebraccio was left to die by the looks of it, as nice Treb probably does a disruption. So the switcheroo kind of works out, but BOD pulling back to a better position. Both sides kind of accomplished what they needed, protecting that other supply point rather than protecting the forward supply point. Much more beneficial for the defenders. And this spread could end badly for BOD. SSR, SSR, I'm rooting for you. I really want you to finally win, but if it comes down to a field battle again, I'm going to be skeptical of whether or not you can. Oh, the Retiari picks has always been very surprising to me. I love the Retiaris. A corner, a corner push is always just going to end up in a bad day. They have priority though, so this is good. Don't need a push when don't need a push when you can hold and let the flamers do their work. Gonna see an entire shield unit just disappear. That Fortebraccio, it's a double stack Fortebraccio. Look at them light up like the 4th of July. And Jesus with the mortars, man. BOD finally using 2 mortars right now. BOD is split. This is not going to end well if rearguard SSR needs to hold against an entire wave. Crashes in with a winged assad charge. Surprisingly pretty effective at stopping 2 more charges. Whoa! They pulled the charge. Here comes another winged assad charge. The rear right now is in absolute chaos. The push is also stalled out completely. But right now, SSR, if they survive the onslaught of the counterattack from both angles, this could be absolutely massive. Massive kills. Also, 5 heroes down from BOD. BOD needs to get together and win on one of the sections, but they're losing on all sides. Throwing in unit after unit, unable to stabilize. BOD is trying to get hero kills with the remaining heroes that they have on the field, but I don't think it's going to be enough as the unit difference is scaling. There is the units available on the field right now is basically the solid it's the stone wall that is stopping BOD from gaining any advantages or taking it back. These units will keep on fighting, keep BOD's units off of the thing, and as the heroes from SSR, which has more heroes on the field, 11 heroes to the 7, they just gotta make sure that they kill the heroes. This is gonna be very difficult for them. Most of them are heavy armor. Could see a whoa, very desperate there for that musket. Again, that musket is low on health. I don't know, hitting air now. The breakdown of that force right now. SSR also goes for a back cap. I didn't even see that. Back cap from SSR towards that supply point. They don't care about that supply point though, since they're on respawn timer. And right now, SSR cannot stabilize the base point. They don't need to because they're about to come in with a massive rear attack. And I mean massive. The cavalry is coming through. Shield maidens are coming through. We have also halberdiers. What does BOD have on this field right now? It's mostly serfs. I see serfs. I see heroes. What's going to stop the units from SSR from winning? Nothing. But the heroes from BOD is 13. We have 7 coming out from SSR. So this could be clutch if BOD kills more heroes one at a time. They can bait it out. The Surf are just strong enough to delay, but if the heroes start... Ho-ho! My goodness, that longsword is surviving an onslaught of 3 heroes right now, and it is a wave of heroes trying to just break the unit, break the heroes, and it's slowly chipping down the health. ever so slowly. SSR is barely holding off. Lex might go down here. He does. Grandpa from BOD gets defeated. Winged Asars come walking through. We even have Javelin sergeants just cover commander. I mean, just following them in. The swing towards SSR's hero right now is probably the one thing that's going to carry the day. And the serfs are still going at it. The battle for the serfs have just been refilling from both sides. Oh my goodness. Massive unit difference right now from SSR. The BOD, if they hold this for another 6 seconds, they've won this. That's it. That's one more second. That's it. Oh my god. BOD has done it. Oh my god. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Oh my god, there's Kublai with his 3 deaths. Oh man, that's brutal. Oh no. That's the thing. Like, I just realized that one of the major things that with the back supply take, they should have actually went to stall them at different points. Instead, they went towards the base point and just fed into that base point fight. If they fought them off of the base point, if if SSR hold them at the spawn point, made them delay, kill the guys at the base point, more guys would just be desperate just to get past that roadblock. And it's it's a very tense situation. And I realize that, like, it is just BOD relying on their superior hero capability. And I say hero capability because in this case, the unit difference was massive. Like, almost untouchable again, because BOD was running their units down. Like, they were setting them down range. They didn't even care if their units were fighting. And when the fight for the units really kicks off, SSR's units were slaughtering serfs after serf. So many serfs. Yeah, the respawn route for BOD was tiny. I think I think the one thing that could have helped SSR to secure the victory was more halberdiers or brace style units. When you have brace style units kick off the heroes, it's just very difficult to do anything when that happens. So um, it's a big mess for sure, absolute mess. Does look like we have a little bit of a pick ban here coming out in the corner for YS versus BZZW, which is after this. A brace style unit, not just halberdiers, a brace style unit. Just brace all of your serfs. Just brace all of your serfs. It's much harder. It's much harder to dodge brace units because they will do passive damage as you walk past them, and you will lose your horse. And once you're on the ground, the heroes will kill you. So they SSR could have secured that base point if they played their units a bit better. They had unit priority. They had a very strong shield unit as well. Place that shield unit. Place that shield unit where it will be very difficult for um, BOD's unit to get through, and then you just have rows and rows of your village watchmen just standing there poking back. The heroes will want to jump over. Absolutely worthless. So the pick ban phase for So YS versus. So this is the pick ban right now. Gonna switch it over. So it's surprising that no bans coming out from B Y Z G. What the hell? I swear that was something else. So the battle after this, we have a ban on Harbor City. Whoa! A ban on Harbor City. Kurat Castle pick from YS. Hailong Fjord, not surprised. Hidden City ban. No bans for the other two. Madao safe pick, but Samashi and Stalwart ban. Halberdier Sergeants ban. Shenji Grenadiers safe pick with a Zyklin Militia ban. So the Shenji Grenadiers probably equal to or as deadly as the Zyklin Militia. But that is for next battle, so we're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. It's I I'm just put it this way. It's so devastating for SSR has to come back down to a field battle again. We'll get it. We'll get it. Oh man, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Kublai, yeah, I have to agree with you. You died twice. Dying a third time, especially super early on, massive, massive, massive disadvantage for SSR. The fact that they won 14v15, and this is 14v15, 8 minutes pushing into the enemy base, shows you how strong SSR is and capable of. We don't even know what units Kublai had access to. We don't even know how much of an impact Kublai would have had if he was alive, because SSR SSR was already winning. Could have Kublai made the difference and cleaned it up. He was also a dual blade. Nice lockdown. That is one of the big difference. The dual blades in CBL in particular are all full toughness. You don't play dual blade strength because you want to kill stuff. You your mark for death is the longest duration choke in the game. You basically have the longest CC in the game, and all you need to do lock down the enemy and other people will murder them. Easy money. Easy money. That mark for death, you're fast. You're really fast. There are very few things that can dodge it. I mean, like, granted, there are things that can dodge it, but you hit that. That's a free kill. Every free kill counts. And you're not you're not there to actually get the kills as a dual blade. You want other people to be wary of you, so your skill set really comes in the form of presence and like your CC. You want to disrupt as much as possible, and you want to make the enemy aware that you are present. So a lot of times it is it is just like standard to not use your invisibility to get behind enemies. You use your invisibility to surprise the enemy as you attack them when they are doing something, not to attack them for a surprise to get a surprise kill. You'll never get a surprise kill. One of BOD's members just DC'd. This could be bad. Lots of ballistas, culverins, liking the ballista pick. Me personally, I love them Hawatchers. You know it. You've seen it. The Hawatchers are my baby. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Hawatchers will output so much damage and are super terrifying for cavalry. You seen a cavalry walking through and they're getting shot by a Hawatcher? I've killed so many cavalry with Hawatchers. It's kind of hilarious. But ballistas, good second. They're really great. I think pressure on formation from the mortars will be good. The sad thing here is the heavy cavalry pick from SSR means that they're going for a more aggressive playstyle, but BID again is going for a defensive one. So is SSR better at attacking, or is BID better at defending? And when I mean defending, BID counter attacks. They don't just sit there and take it. That's not what about defense is. You you survive the initial attack, and then you reverse the situation and attack the attackers. So it's going to be very, very difficult for SSR to gain priority since they are actually a disadvantage in just units. Going for a defensive play, A and B, but massive charge towards the A point. Bye. Massive charge towards that A point. SSR really needs to pull off this attack. If they keep going like this, they're going to run into a stone wall. This is a lot of Chevaliers, and this is a lot of anti-cavalry units. And I mean, it's a lot. Chevaliers, even though they are cavalry, those crossbowmen are your anti-cavalry. They will stop your chargers, and they will slaughter your cavalry. Good job. They're not silly. So they're not silly. They didn't go headlong into that. They have priority because they got the C and the B point. So BOD has to sit back, relax a little bit. Probably going to try to use their artillery zero advantage. SSR needs to get those Chevaliers off the field. They need to aim for those Chevaliers because once they take out those Chevaliers, they will have a much bigger advantage because they're expensive. Like, they're expensive, but they're 2 units in 1. So, their cavalry unit, not that spectacular. Their retinue, not that spectacular. But combined, they have some of the craziest effects against each other. Yeah, 340 leadership, one of the more expensive units. Oh, whoa! SSR baiting a base push there. Hmm. Mortars, one-shotting those crossbows, it would be way better. I see him on the map, but it doesn't matter. You see, he's the Madao on the A point. He's gone over to the base point, so the gamble here is when BOD goes for the B point, will SSR just go for the base point? because I think I think SSR, if they can get if they can get BOD in a position where they cannot win a straight fight, they'll win for sure. But there is too many crossbows. There are so many Chevalier crossbows for BOD that the amount of cavalry you have out on the field gonna have no chance. No chance, I would say. There's not even a single pike unit. Well, there's halberdiers there, but I'm just I'm just worried for SSR because they are grouping, but if they all come in together from one direction, it could be super bad for them. Use your shield maidens to waste ammo. That's a nice hit. The burn damage should kill. They're a bit split up here, and that mountain does not stop cavalry chargers. I would be looking to catch. Whoa! Chevaliers catch a Daggerrack Lancer there on the side. What are you doing? SSR really dropping the ball on that one. Battle does kick off though. Distraction, distraction. Make sure those crossbows are locked up. Good job. B point is held, but the cavalry might have gone in all at once way too early as BOD is sitting back waiting for those charges to come through, catching a couple on the side. The reversal is coming. BOD is not out of the game just yet because actually no, what the hell? That that wing to saw chopped up through the center absolutely smashed them. SSR immaculately done here. Maybe it's because we were only looking at the battle on the B point, but everywhere you see, there are losses for BOD. They just got completely pushed out. Not the best camera view. Not the best camera view. I mean, like there was just an overwhelming red from SSR there. So good job. Didn't let the C point get captured again for a couple of seconds. That could be a very bad thing. And they do seem like they did recognize that they did see the jewel blade. Bad angle, maybe. Bad angle indeed. That winged Hussar, like, I was very surprised. That winged Hussar through the center, we didn't get to see what it hit, but you could see the dead bodies. You could see the dead bodies, man. The side charges as well. We're not even sure how effective those really were. Now, once the first battle does come through, it's mostly going to come down to infantry for the second part. And this is where it gets a bit scarier because ooh, going in on those medals, opening yourselves up from the side. I would get on those chevaliers at the very least. Oh, wing to start charge. Stops it with the medals. Brace for the brachiots. Yes. The Liaos actually get in another charge by the Winged Hussar. Winged Hussar just goes all the way through that front line of medals. Those two sections of medals are dead, basically. But Fortebraccio is coming up now in reinforcements with more medals. Right now, SSR is kind of winning the central battle and focusing on the center battle as BOD is kind of looking for the stragglers out around, and that's really bad. BOD's picking battles where they're trying to win small battles while sacrificing the major battles, and this is really bad because BOD's playing this like they want to aim for the heroes, but SSR super tight, super tight. They're not letting their heroes get caught out, not letting their units getting caught out, except for the beginning. And this is really good because the tighter they stay together and make sure that they're covering each other's asses, means that BOD doesn't have the luxury of sniping out a little by little and then winning at the very last second. And this is both games. BOD just charged Cav into Forte and slash Medal setup. I think both of these teams have done that. Both SSR and BOD has just run their cavalry through by throwing it into Medals and Fort Russia is how it is, whatever. But no, they have infantry left. BOD has 4 Medals left on the field, but more cavalry out from SSR means they're more flexible. I mean, unit advantage all the way to SSR, and we are looking at a very, very good hero life setup for SSR. It's almost dead even. I'm scared for this play here. Will they capture... Okay, so will they capture C point before they capture A point? Or will they capture... Why sacrifice yourself? Why did no one sacrifice themselves for the C point? Once it's open, it's open. You can't fight a battle on 3 points. Oh my goodness. And it gets blocked! They're coming down on the B point, super heavy, scattered right now. Needs to defend the base point, need to defend the B point, and the base point was open! SSR, you are killing me! You have unit priority, you have everything! You need to capture the A point! Yes! Capture the A point, reset in 5 seconds, you still have a minute to go. You now have to just win at the enemy base point right now. Enemy short swords are about to reach the base point right now. You need to kick them off. Don't worry about the B point. Just go straight to the base point. At this point, you have priority. Oh my goodness. But you're slowly losing it. You need to kill the heroes. You can spawn at A point. Stop spawning at base. A moment's lapse of concentration and victory goes to BOD. SSR. SSR. The throw. The tragedy. The absolute drop of the ball. The glass ball just shatters as it touches the ground, the concrete ground. This harsh reality stabbing me in the chest. And the worst thing is that SSR could have done so many different things to secure the victory, and they choose to let BOD get priority out of everything. Letting BOD get priority and even touches the damn point. Holy cow. BOD even had only one person on the base point, and they managed to juggle that. They should have left that Liao on that on that on that C point. Why did you run off your Liao? You are literally the last line of defense for that point, and you run it away. You got no time, you got no reset. I would have sacrificed my life to hold that A point to buy as much time as possible, because as long as you don't allow the base to open up, your victory is almost secured. You're the biggest mistake, SSR. I am telling you, whoever just ran away from your damn point twice. This happened twice. The C point, a Liao, a person controlling Liao ran off. Didn't defend that damn C point. Second time, your unit ran off of your home base, which is open. And again, I don't know why you decided to let BOD get priority on them. Oh my goodness. Ruffles? Oh man, that choke was so massive. Like, other field battles weren't even close because SSR actually lost the other field battles. This one, they were so comfortably in the lead. BOD does not deserve this victory. SSR, what are you doing? Exactly, Zid one. BC defense. Play BC defense. Why go reversal? Reversal means that you hold C, you hold B, and you attack A. A reversal is a very, very risky play. A triple cap is so risky, and you went for a triple, but you left C alone, and this is the swap, but your timing was off. Your timing was off. You weren't capturing the A point already when they were touching the C point. There was no one on the C point to defend, and they had people on the A point to defend. That means people from the B point had to go back to the base point, and like the people that went back to the base point home post had to get there fast enough because the C point was getting captured so fast that they could have ran people down as they were capturing C point because no challenge. The worst thing is that the timing was also horrendous because the what was happening was that the home base of BOD was actually closing up. It was closing up. I think by the time C point, or by the time they got the C point, it was about 20 seconds before the home base was going to close up for BOD. And that means that not only did they lose priority, they were about to they were about to not even be able to attack the base point. So even if they attacked the base point, they still needed to hold the B point and capture the A point. But the delay on the A point meant that the delay on the base point attack just led to a downfall in victory. And the timing just like SSR's timing just ended up backfiring so much that it was heart wrenching to watch. You are in a superior position, but you blow it. You drop the ball. Yes, that is the worst thing. The heroes on the base point, the heroes on the base point left twice. Twice this happened. The heroes on the base point left. The heroes on the C point left. And from the time I say they give C to BOD, I already know they will lose because they try to take A while BOD very committed to stop it. Difference in determination. In the tactical blunder that SSR manages managed to pull off there was absolutely staggering. Staggering. Because there is one simple solution to all of this. Stay on your points. Stay on your home base point. Stay on your damn C point. And if the B point's not getting attacked, fine. You can have less guys there. But if you just stayed on your damn points, you would have won. Maybe. I don't want to believe that they planned this, that they threw it just because they don't want to play anymore. It would be really, really upsetting if that is the case. But I probably will never know unless someone from their team just says, "Yeah, we just threw the match because we didn't want to play anymore." And it's just like, oh, but I was rooting for you guys. I totally wanted you. Third time's a charge. Three times a charm, and it's just, I'ma cry. I'ma go cry now. I'ma go cry now. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is also another losers bracket one. I kind of forgot what the pick bands were. What are they? So safe ban on Medal, safe pick on Shenjis. We got stalwarts, sergeants, and the executive militia all banned. Hmm. Again, we're seeing a lot of polearm units being chosen again between the Fortebraccio. Can't pick Halberdier sergeants, the Medals, and the Fortebraccios, the Medals, and the Halberdier sergeants. All just pretty staple of the pick. Some surprising picks is the Claymores. Claymores do come in and out, so that is very surprising. The Myrmilliones is one of the picks where it's a little bit more stranger, considering that we do have a Smushy and Stalwart ban. I would normally not really. I would not bring Myrmillions if you ban Stalwarts. And if you're bringing Stalwarts, I would ban Myrmillions because Iron Reapers are more expensive, and also they do not trade as efficiently against Stalwarts than Myrmillions do. So you could definitely play around with a little bit of strategy like that. Nonetheless, again, some very odd picks with the Imperial Spear Guard and the Palace Guards coming out from YS. I won top, replying to your own thing. Backseat gamer. Yeah, backseat gaming. I'm backseat gaming. I'm backseat gamer. I'm backseat gamer number 0. I am the first backseat gamer. I've been watching these CBLs. Well, actually, no, I didn't watch the first one. I watched every single CBL from season 2 onwards. There was a season 1 and there was a beta one, so I missed those two. So apparently I don't know who won the beta one. I do know that the first CBL, VN House won, then CNC won for every subsequent tournament after that. But come on, let's get to the next battle. This is YS versus BZZW. I'm surprised that Axe Raiders and Fenrir are also kind of picks that are not very common. I like the Axe Raiders, but I'm not even sure if they still have that debuff. You know, one of the most asinine things about the Axe Raiders is that they're essentially a cavalry version of infantry. So their axe um hook and soul into axe charge can basically do exactly what cavalry do. And you just have a bunch of those accelerators all do the exact same thing. They're very difficult to stop. They're very difficult to kill. And watch those accelerators just clean up an entire formation. Also, one of the first, Axe Raiders is, again, one of the few units that have attack animations where they do two attacks in one animation. So they're twice as fast. They output twice as much damage than most other units. And that's something that people really should watch out for. Berserkers and Fenrir were the first to perform or multiple attacks, not multi attacks, as in they hit multiple people, but multi attacks with the Berserkers and the Fenrirs both having variations on 2, 3, and 4. But nevertheless, SSR is EU apparently. I don't think any of them are from NA. It's This is very surprising. I've never seen a bait towards a wall break and then swing all the way around. I mean, they're trying to rush for it, but my question is, why are we following why are we following the train instead of focusing on the fight? Oh my goodness. Just standing there in formation, you're just gonna get blasted. Goes through the wall break, holy cow. BCTW, your movement is scaring me. You're like a snake. Every single one of your heroes just kind of going in a train like fashion. If you're all shield maidens, that would have been way better. And getting hit. Oh my god! Just watching that Matalator fire right into your guts there. And this is the bad thing. You need more shield maidens to get down through this, but shoving your shield units through that formation is not an answer. You're probably losing crazy amounts of units right now. But nevertheless, you are zerging so hard right now. It's really funny because I think you're using the longsword speed to go even faster. I'm about to ask BZZW to slow the down because I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what strategy you are, but blitzing everything and just like you're an absolute maniac right now because I'm not even sure whether or not you've gained or you've lost. You've just been running at like 110%. Oh yeah, that can be more entertaining. Chat is apparently more entertaining than me and watching this battle. Even though something really funny is happening. Oh, Shenji, go Shenji. Good formation coming out from BZZW, making it very difficult. Whoa! Monastic Knight comes in through the side there. I'm surprised that they got halfway through. Not surprised that the... Oh, man. Nice water brusher blocks though. Here comes some Liao. It's about to die. And touch, 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 touch. Dead. It's actually quite amazing seeing a Forte Braccio defend another Forte Braccio. The Halberdiers dying was not a surprise. The Halberdiers will eventually die once they get broken through the first time. But the Monastic Knights just cleaving that Halberdier formation in half was quite surprising, indeed. YZ making a desperate effort to push them back, to push back the attackers right now, but line after line of polearm units, they're kind of just feeding this behemoth of an infantry pile right now from BZZW. And I can surely say that defenders are probably out of actual good units, or getting close to it at the very least, because we've had two major battles, and you're now down almost 400 units. You're like down 380 units. That's like almost. I'm pretty sure that's like 15 units of infantry, and considering how much cab you lost, um, yeah, you lost a lot. Oh man, not looking good at all. 350 units up um for the attackers right now, and the defenders barely have anything left to go. I'm pretty sure that a couple of them are going to have to use serfs. The BZTW zerging at the beginning was quite fascinating to watch, but YS, I really want you to I really want you to figure out what you want to do, because pretty sure you're getting caught out most of the time. That's one of the big problems. Uh. Nah, AI would at least fight you. These guys are running away and losing. It can be. Depends how you defend it. Again, there's pros and cons to every defense point. Um, I never understood why anyone defends this supply point when I would just go straight to the base point. Just forget about this supply point. Just go straight to the base point, because forcing them out of this position is much better than fighting them in this position. Even if you are completely even if you have complete advantage here, I would still swap. Free Berserkers going to attack this formation. The Berserkers are just cutting through that unit. And they're AI Berserkers, by the way. BZZW doing the slow burn when it's mostly just serfs. They could literally just run them through. And Men at Arms there at the front. Oh man, another Zerg is probably going to come out, and I'm actually quite fascinated by the Zerg. Longsword. Another speed buff, please. Give me that speed buff. Shenji grenade, big hit. Oh man, putting you on your ass there. Kicking it off with a massive battle. Cavalry charges right through the pike formation. The swarm has begun. Superior units will just clobber everything on the field right now. There's no staying power from YS. I don't even know why they waited so long. I would have went straight in if it was just a bunch of serfs. Silly me though. They did take a fascinating approach to attacking the supply point. Very little have I seen anyone actually go up that bridge section. YS does retreat one of them, or maybe lags out. Nevertheless, YS was giving it their all. Some Fenrir is trying to disrupt the line, which is the conga line that has been created as the walk towards the base point from the attackers has begun. Capturing the base point now. Nearly every single one of the defenders are dead or respawning right now. We have a musket got hit by something. I don't even know what he got hit by, but he kind of flinched and then just went, nah, I'm out of here. Or maybe she used an ability. I'm gonna be honest. I actually haven't watched BZZW a lot. I've seen a couple of YS's battle, but BZZW? What the hell was that? Your beginning was China mainland. The CM denotes that they're from China mainland. Otherwise, it would be Steam if they're from Asia. It's bots from Zidwan. Calm your tits. I I see that you're trying to make a correction, but I still can't get that statement out of my head. Bots from bot from CN server. You meant both. um, OISU is from Japan. Was I believe? I think they're kicked out of the tournament right now. Yeah. Was it a yeah? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they lost to. Oh, hang on, wait. Did they make a comeback? Yes, they made a comeback. So they're still in it. They're actually still in it. They get to fight ING. They get to fight ING tomorrow. GNG Gunnier is also Japanese. Apparently, I'm being told. Nope is Korean. I might be wrong about that. Feels weird, man. Nope is. Where's the Korean team? What happened to the Korean team? I swear to God, there was a Korean team once. Maybe didn't make it to the top. No Korean teams, so no Korean teams this time. All right, that's unfortunate. So I'm surprised how many. Actually, I'm very surprised how large our Japanese how large the Japanese teams are. I mean, there are three whole Japanese teams, considering that like again the majority player is still China, but or I mean there's mainland China teams. There's like eight of them, and then we've got like five. That we got like three different Taiwanese ones. Oh man. Nevertheless, today has been quite today has been a quite a roller coaster of emotions. The first I mean like I know this is not the end. We still have one more battle between BZZW versus YS, but since YS is attacking, I think BBW is just going to crush them. I after that performance from YS, I think BZZW is just going to win this handily, but I must say today's just been a roller coaster of a ride, and there's so much feels bad, man, today. There will be a day. I hope there is a day where we come back and look at where CB started and look at where it is then. I love the fact that CB is getting better, and it's slow, but for surely the CBL has been better. Like one of the best CBLs to watch in a long time. Not only because it breaks a lot of the monotony that was stagnation from the professional side, but good luck on My Game CBL. That's coming soon. Really? Is My Game's going to do CBL again? I thought they didn't do official I thought they didn't do official tournaments anymore. Wow, really? No cash prizes, right? Next season. Okay, so one of the things that is going to get me is that once this CBL ends, does that mean we're going straight into the summer one? Because I think I think we might go straight into the summer one after Chinese New Year, which will probably start in April. Wait, February. In in May, sorry. And with how things are lining up, the new season should literally start somewhere in the beginning of May or late February. Starts at like today? Lol. How pretty the maps are. Man, the maps are so pretty. It's like I can see the literal line in the textures where they meet, or I can see overlapping textures where they keep flickering depending on how you're looking at it. That's gonna be pretty late for me, considering if it's 5 CET, it's gonna be like it's that's probably what's that in another 3 hours? That's actually 1 o'clock for me. Actually, that's not that late. Oh man, I I do like commentating, but I might die if I have to stay up watching matches because the what was it? The South America ones that were 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had the Asia ones ending at like 10 o'clock at night. I had to sleep straight away in order to get enough sleep to watch the South America ones, and it was just like, oh my god, I'm going to die. A lot of infantry out from both of these teams this time, and it's a surprising note to make sure that to count how many cavalry each team brings. A small amount of cavalry can again have a huge effect, but at the same time, a lot of cavalry can still have a huge effect, and that's one of the things that I hate about cavalry is that they scale too well. Having too much cavalry is not actually a problem unless the enemy team specifically sets up to counter your cavalry. And even then, throw enough cavalry at the enemy and the enemy will break down. Oh no, you're kidding, right? So you're saying, okay, hang on, wait. The last time you guys played CBL was wow, 6 months? No, almost 9 months ago. Was the winter of 21? Oh my goodness, the winter of 21 means that more than a year ago. 2 years, bro. 2 years. Oh my goodness. What am I count? Like, what am I counting? This is 2023. I thought it was 2022 for a second. We've only had cash prizes for this one and the last ones it won. What are you talking about? It's not that my games is too greedy. They're too stingy. Oh yeah, I mean, when there's something to win, obviously it's more interesting because it means that the players playing it have invested interest. Even if it's just vanity, man, that's like cool shit. I mean, I would totally go for those trophies right now. I would feel so good if I won a trophy. And I just remembered, we're on Kuruk Castle. Why would anyone bring cavalry in this scenario? It's actually way difficult to play cavalry on Kuruk Castle now. And I say that only because the streets are just not in your favor, or just like how this normally plays out is just never cavalry friendly. Yeah, it should be a best of seven finals again, but it'll probably be the losers bracket versus the winners bracket, which we still have the winners bracket. We still have the winners bracket between CNC, BPJT, and YYY versus GNG. We still have another set of losers bracket coming up tomorrow. which should have BOD versus whoever wins here. So there's that. So we shouldn't actually have very much longer to go. It's surprising that you don't know that you actually 18 players is probably hmm, only 3 subs. Only 3 subs. That's okay, I guess. It doesn't really matter. All you need is 15. I mean, 15 players is the minimum, right? Because that's the largest map. Unless you only play Linui Fortress. It's been a while since like I've actually commentated. This is actually not the first time we've seen Correct Castle in the tournament, but this is the first time. This is the second time actually. So I don't really have very much experience in what I can expect. But from me playing this map, if you get only one siege tower up, you, it's all like every single map has always just been you get one siege tower up, it gets killed. Like you go up that one siege tower, you're gonna get killed. This right hand siege tower is probably stronger because as the enemy reinforcement comes up, they'll have to take a U-turn and then to face you. So it's going to be very difficult for the defenders to respond to a right-hand siege tower rather than the left-hand siege tower or the middle siege tower in this case. Left-hand siege tower does make it to the wall, could take that advantage and go for the B point. Not that I've actually seen anyone do that since I've only seen this map a second time. The changes to this map is also just strange. Most of it has to do with how the base point is easier to attack. Yeah, Ericatol is a map that we've never actually played in a siege context. The fact that Ericatol is not even available in the map selection is very surprising because I'm pretty sure that they should have showed off. I mean, even though it was there on TW, they have a fortress map as well. They have a village map for Batholia, and those maps are really cool. And the fact that we don't get them is sad, to say the least. Huh? The old version of Kurak Castle? Really? That's weird. Any ghosters? There's no ghost in this house. So, even though they haven't even touched the ground yet, they give up A completely. I don't even think I've seen a fight yet, but a little bit of skirmishing with the Metallators shooting at each other. Surprisingly, that they were shooting at each other, but not surprised the defenders have Metallators. I'm a little bit surprised that attackers have Metallator. The POV. It's 3 minutes, by the way. The the guys that sorry, the clean feed we're getting is 3 minutes delay. So so that people don't use people like me who are watching this to cheat because if this was updated in real time, you could literally watch where everyone goes, and in particular, heroes that would be hidden otherwise, like those in the back line and those kinds of things, will be seen. Not to mention, you can tell again, like this is like a spectator has so much power, and if you had this kind of information in game, it'd be crazy. Information is key. Information is key. And right now, BZZW might take this wall again. Oh yeah. I respond to chat because sometimes it's more interesting than the gameplay. Sometimes I concentrate on the gameplay depending on what's happening. It's a little bit slow right now. They're kind of just shooting each other with mortars, not really getting anything out from each other. Sid 1, EF, Espada Forest is South America. That's on the that's on Frontier's side. Man, Sid 1. Out of everything, I thought you would remember the servers at least. We have SG, Sandstone Gold, which is Middle East. We have Asia 1, which is Lotus Ash. We have Asia 2, which is Dragon Island. We have Asia 3, which is um, Jade Jade Rock Creek. And then we have VG, which is Vanguard. And then there's a Sparta Forest, which is Sword Forest, apparently, which makes apparently no sense to the South Americans. So, yeah. Huh? Really? That's fascinating. Oh man, I'm not saying that live, but like, that's hilarious, Opie. I didn't realize that. I didn't know that they actually migrated EF to my games. That's insane. Oh wow, a climb? Hey, go back to the climb, my dude. The climb's where the fight's at. Although they're getting beaten up to smithereens here, you're doing your best. There is effects. So you have bagpipers? Oh man, like when you do a wall climb, you want small units. So you want units that have small number of models so you can get 100% efficiency faster. And I'm not even sure what happened, but it did look like a loss. A climb up the ladder is never really a good option. Oh, yeah, I mean, it never ends well. Never ends well if the defenders are there. So I would definitely keep patrolling the walls because even though that neither of these teams have ranged units, oh ticklish nose. Even though like neither of these teams would take advantage of the wall, having the wall is still very powerful because you can still run units down behind the formation. Janissaries, a very interesting ranged unit. Um, Fascinating thing that I learned. I was Fascinating thing that I learned in my time with Alan is that there is a lot of things you need to know about like range in its entirety. It's so crazy. Hang on, give me a second. Hopefully nothing interesting happens while I look for this. So, Janissaries actually DPS like is one of the top DPS units in the game. In terms of range units, like Falconetti's is still absolutely devastating. A dense enough pile would absolutely smash. Will be smashed to pieces by Falconetti's, but Janissaries on this list that I have is ranked 11th. Whoop, here we go, kicking it off with a battle from YS, taking from two angles. This is the change in defense. Normally, it would be a two-way funnel into a single-way funnel, and nice throw, disrupting that Imperial Pike March. But unfortunately, it still kind of had a really good effect. One side is broken through, the other side is holding very well. Fortebraccio is taking no prisoners, as this corner here is securely in the name of the defenders. But reinforcements here from this top section might come down and free up. Whoa, where did those cavalry come from? Medaus here come in to secure the section. We have Fortebraccios looking at Fortebraccios right now. The Shield Maidens really need to defend those Fortebraccio. Where are you going? Fortebraccio is getting absolutely clobbered as the Dagger Axe Lancers just kind of waltz right into them. Now, a massive response out with cavalry. The Medaus can survive this, but will the heroes survive? There are cases where the Medaus will survive, but the heroes are dead. The cavalries are still coming through, and the Medaus are completely overwhelmed. Fortebraccio as well holding position very nicely. And the Medaus are retreating into the enemy base, which is very unfortunate for you, losing a free unit like that. YS getting stonewalled here is quite... Actually, they did lose the attack, but looking at the unit difference, YS is actually in the lead with BZZW clocking down. So they have a lot of cavalry, more tier 5s in fact, and the next attack might be the last attack, and it's going to be telling whether or not YS can deal with the cavalry response coming out from BOD. I mean, not BOD, BZZW. The cavalry response is the major thing, so they need to get in. They need to lock up the cavalry by choking them off. So, you have so many halberdiers up here. Why? So, a three-way funnel there at the front. What's really good about the claymores is that they're super tanky and can support units. Imperial Pike March, I would stay down there. Realistically, all of those Fortebraccios, all of those halberdiers being up there, not a bad thing. You should have... They're sacrificing one. The halberdiers right now on the ground are not enough to hold against the attackers right now. BCDW might need to just pull back, and as they pull back, the Imperial Spear Guard and the Imperial Spear Guard, Imperial Pike Guard and Imperial Spear Guard are going to come down from the wall, come in from a different angle, might lock up the base, might lock up that base section instead. Never mind, actually. BCCW actually just cleared off the A point yet again. I mean, the base point again. I think the Shield Maidens did most of the work. So, that's it. I think YS might have a little bit extra units left, but I didn't even actually see the cavalry come in from BZZW, and that's really telling. The Shield Maidens that was on the wall came down the wall, kind of cleaned up all the infantry. And the Shield Maidens is the real killer here, because this, well, the heroes here will definitely mess up the piles, but the Shield Maidens are nothing to scoff at. They're really tough to deal with. Oh, here comes some Dagger Lancers, Liaos, and Chevaliers trying to charge their way through into a surf pile. Did they not succeed? Apparently not. The men-at-arms are trying to hold them back as BZZW just cements their victory and sally forth against the attackers. that was actually a very impressive attack. It's just that they couldn't close it out. And I mean, your defense for YZ, I mean for YS was pretty poor. But then again, it might have just been BZZW just being super scary because they were just super fast. They were just, I mean, just thinking about it, just like they ran from one of the broken walls all the way to the other side, and they just kept going. It's just really funny. Hi, the real Fat Master. At this point, YS is losing pretty heavily. They didn't actually have that much of a down a few minutes ago, but they're down heavily now. And it's just a chase for the finish. Run. And he has been slain. Enemy has been slain. Ah. Well, that's the thing. Because the losers bracket is separate from the winners bracket, it's you're gonna see them fight for a while. So it's not like they get kicked out. It's not like there's no CN team still. We still have ING versus OISU, and then because we just watched BOD versus SSR, BOD wins, and then we had BZZW. I'm pretty sure BZZW is going to win. It's 3 seconds left. There's no way YS is going to pull a victory out of their ass. And so so we still have a good running a um for a bunch of teams to win. I mean, I'm hoping OISU comes in third at the very least. I mean, I want them to come back for this for sure. The brackets? There's no. Man, it's really hard. It's really hard to show you because the visual that they give us is. Oh wait, hang on. I just changed it. Never mind. That is much easier. Alrighty. So, alright. With the BZZW versus YS finished, because BZZW won both of their attacks 2-0. YS is out, pretty much. This is what the winners bracket looks like right now. So not tomorrow, but on Sunday, I think, we'll have CNC versus BPJT and YYY versus GNG. So that is the winners bracket right now. So we still need to decide who is the winners of the winners bracket. Right now we're going through the losers bracket. We just had these two battles, BOD versus SSR and BZZW versus YS. So these two battles just happened. So we have BOD and BZZW moving forward. So we'll get these two battling it out. And here's the thing. The next set is going to be ING versus OISU fighting out against each other. So the winners will move on. The winner will move on and fight the losers of the winners bracket. So whoever wins out of ING and OISU gets to fight whoever loses out from CNC versus BPJT. My hope is CNC will win That's a guarantee. Like, if it's not a guarantee, then you don't know who CNC is. BPJT will go down to the loser's bracket, so he will have to fight whoever wins between ING versus OISU. What I want, what I need, is for ING to lose to OISU, so OISU rematches against BPJT. That would be amazing. Probably going to be ING winning, though. After that, we have BOD versus BZZW fighting it out to decide who gets to fight the next losers from the winners bracket, which is between YYY and GNG. GNG has a strong showing, but so do YYY. I actually am warming up a little bit to YYY. I don't know who said this. I'm pretty sure Zidwan said this, but apparently YYY is a favorite. Same with um same with ING. ING is made up of like top rankers. YYY is China's favorite apparently. But whoever loses from that one gets to fight whoever wins from BOD and BZZW. I'm warming up to them. I'm not entirely for them just yet. And so we get that, and then we get the winners of the losers bracket, and then the finals. This is the one thing I hate. I absolutely hate about a winners bracket and a losers bracket in this context is that when moving on to the finals, it's a best of 7, but the winner has a point. The winner has 1 point up. That's a massive advantage, but it's deserved because you have won every single battle in order to get here. But the fact is that you should concentrate on the finals of the winners bracket and the finals as the winners bracket as the most important battle because I much rather have this winners bracket be way more important than having a comeback from a losers bracket finals versus the winner because what ends up normally happening is that the winner wins the final bracket and then the loser from the finals bracket is the same guy that they just defeated. So it's going to be CNC versus probably YYY, and then he'll go into YYY will go into the losers bracket, fight whoever's gotten making that far. YYY wins, and then it's just going to be a rematch in a best of 7 where CNC is up 1 point. And I mean, sure, they deserve it, but it's just not a very fun. It's just not a very fun setup because massive advantage to whoever's in the winners bracket, may as well just hand them a victory. So sometimes I like wild cards. Would be really cool. Not in this system is this system just it's not fun because when you realize that having the winners from the winners bracket fight against the losers from the losers bracket as your finals, you start to realize that the winners from the winners bracket it's just fighting another battle against the same guys they just beat up. So, nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary for this tournament, and I'm pretty sure that, yep, they've closed up on their side as well. So, I do hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. I will be streaming tomorrow's battle. Again, we just the losers bracket, so we'll get to see a bunch more losers bracket stuff. Then finally on the Sunday should be the quarterfinals. Then Monday, they have it here somewhere. Schedule. Okay, so the Sunday. So yeah, tomorrow is another set for the losers bracket. Quarterfinals for the quarterfinals, quarterfinals, losers bracket quarterfinals. Jesus Christ, why does that keep resetting? Winner. Then we have winner brackets. Winner brackets. Finals. Then finals. I don't know what this final. Yeah, no, that actually makes sense. Finals. This is the losers bracket. Actually, this is semi-final. This is semi-final stuff. These are both semi-finals. This is losers bracket finals, and this is finals. Holy crap! Anyway, that is all for today. I do hope you guys enjoyed my commentary, but other than that, my name's Skype, and have a nice day. Bye for now.